Hello, hello, it is I, the Infernal Knight of YouTube, bringing you my first place deck profile at my locals, using Dinomorphia, a deck that nobody seems to know about, and it's Rogue AF, so let's get into it. So we're going to start off 3 Therizia, 3 Diplos. Therizia, on summon, sets a Dinomorphia trap from deck on board. When she's destroyed, you banish the trap to summon Diplos from grave. Diplos, whenever he's summoned, foolish bury a Dinomorphia card. Then if your life points are 2,000 or less, burn your opponent for 5. And then when he's destroyed, you banish a trap special Therizia. And then, whenever Therizia activates her effect, if your life points are 2k or less, she becomes a 20k. 3 Wannabe. I'm starting to like this card a bit. During the end phase, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then excavate the top of your deck equal to the amount of unused spell and traps that your opponent has. You choose one of those trap cards that you excavate and put it on your side of the field, but it goes away at the end of the next end phase. But almost everything in here counters or reacts to something. So that's cool. 3 Ash. I'm too lazy to switch out the pretty ones. And to be honest, I'd rather have Droll in here instead of Ash. At least it was for my locals. Other quote-unquote hand trap for the deck, Miscellaneousaurus. Protects your Therizia. Or protects your fusions. We don't care about Diplos. Diplos is like the worst card. One of the only reasons why I want to play this deck. So I can flex out on duality. You know what it does. Excavate top 3, grab 1, shuffle the rest. You cannot special summon the turn you activate this card. Cool. We do it during the opponent's turn. Not a lot of builds play this from what I've seen. And I wanted to give it a try, and I like it. Pot of Prosperity. You know what it does? I took out 1 Fossil Dig and 2 of the Trap Trick Trap in order to fit the Prosperities in. But Fossil Dig lets you grab a level 6 or lower dinosaur from your deck to your hand. Now we're on to the traps. Your fusion cards, or the cards that make the fusions happen. 3 Frenzy, 2 Domain. Domain is not as good as Frenzy. And some builds do play 3, some play 2. I prefer the 2 myself. Frenzy, you use materials from your extra deck and main deck to make your fusion monsters. Domain, you can use cards from your hand, field, or deck. Both are good in their own right, but Frenzy is definitely the better one, and it should have been secret. The newest Dinomorphia card, and it is really good. Just the Solemn Strike for the deck. 1 of the Spell and Trap Negate. 1 Brute, in case you want to pop something. I personally do not like this card. And the times that I actually did use it, I was winning anyway. The Monster Reborn for the deck lets you bring out Dinomorphia monsters from your graveyard to the board, up to their levels, have to equal 8. So you can bring out 2 level 4s, or the level 6, or the level 8 itself. Or you could bring out this Stealth Bergia, but no one really plays that. The second reason why I want to play this deck, so I can flex out on Solemn Judgments. Judgment just says no. 3 Gozen, because we're a 1 attribute deck. And Gozen's pretty decent at breaking boards. And my favorite trap card in the entire game. Ferret Flames. Because who doesn't love a cute little ferret shitting on his opponents? If the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, you make them shuffle their monsters into the deck so that they have monsters on board whose attack power equal your life points. And because our life points get so low, down to like 1,000 or less, they just shuffle their whole board back into the deck. And you can even do this during the battle phase when they start to declare attacks and stuff. And you're like, nah, dude, shuffle that stuff back. Waste that battle phase. Alright, that is it for the main deck. Time to go into extra. 3, Kentragina. Loses attack power due to how many life points you have. Quick effect, banish one of the normal Dinomorphia traps. She copies that effect. Skill drain on legs. Quick effect, pay half your life to make your opponent's monster's attack equal your life points. Worst card, but it's a fusion piece for Frenzy. I was trying out the Zark package in here, and I liked it. Zark's my favorite fusion monster. Another reason why I wanted to play the deck, and I had Ted Lewis, the voice actor for Jack Atlas, signed it because Zark beat his ass in the anime. But I am not running the Zark trap to bring those out. You can replace these with the Babuskas or whatever level 4 cards that you want. I was just too lazy to take them out. Psychic in, never went into it, but you could. You got your Doka, you got your Logia, and you got your Lingaribo for when they try to Ibly lock you. And that came up. And now for the side deck. Side deck is just preference based on locals and whatnot. But here we go. 3D shifter for when you're going second. And I had done that a lot. And it felt so good. 3 draw. I personally think this should be in the main instead of Ash. Just swap them. 3 go spell. I'm only have this in here for Labyrinth and maybe Runic. But I never faced either of those decks, so this was dead. Anti-spell for the spell decks. Eradicator for everything else. All the spell and trap card hate, because this deck also doesn't do very well against trap decks. But yep, that is the deck profile. You all have a wonderful day, and hopefully you don't get as sick as I am. Yay!